Solly Lowe was born and raised in Terre Haute, a graduate of Terre Haute South High School. Solly also graduated from Indiana State, where he played football. There, he got a degree in finance and a minor in economics. From there, he began working different jobs, like selling insurance, cars, and worked for a financial advisor. The whole time, he went from job to job, never happy with what he was doing. One day, it hit him. He wanted to help others. From there on out, he started Swashbucklers, and Roses to Go followed shortly after. Our group was interested in what he was doing in the community, so we sat down with him and learned more about his work.
Okay, so Roses to Go is a program that started through Swashbucklers, which, so Swashbucklers is now a nonprofit organization, so, doing all the fun IRS stuff. But Roses to Go, I started about a year ago. I just picked up Roses and took them up to Union Hospital because my mom, 5 years ago, was a cancer patient there. She had lung cancer, and she had a friend who every week would buy flowers and come send it to her and give it to her. Every time she got those flowers, despite what she was facing, it really gave her some joy. And I always thought that was cool to see something as simple as a flower bring somebody joy in a very difficult situation. Mm-hmm. And so I figured, well, she loves them, then I bet other ladies will love them too. And sure enough, just started picking up roses, taking them and just dropping them off at the nurse's desk, and they would pass them out for me. And then the program just grew, right? Before I never went into the rooms or anything. I just dropped them off and just had them give them out. Mm-hmm. Then I did something, like a sock. We tried to break a world record with happiness bag, mismatched socks thing, and I kind of got to know them a little better. And they said, "Hey, would you like us to bring some guests and help you pass out the roses?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, definitely." Okay. And so then they just started coming, and then now it's just kind of become what you guys got to experience today. We just in and out real quick, just let them know we love them and hope they get feeling better.
We wanted to know how he founded Roses to Go.
Well, initially, Swashbucklers started. We sold T-shirts and sweatshirts like so, okay. Right? Yeah, like this, and so we used that and we donated 50% of the profits to either charities that I volunteered for already, or then once I created my own program, I had to fund it some way. So through that, or once I started doing it, people would just reach out and say, "Hey, can I pay for the flowers next week? Can I donate the roses?" Like, yes, 100%. And so people just started donating money on their own. And then once I saw that was happening, then I created a link on like where you would just go to buy a T-shirt. You just go to donate money for roses, and you can donate like as little as $5 or $40. You can add it up as much as you want. So just through donations and through either sales of our stuff.
Swashbucklers was the main source of income for Roses to Go for a long time. But what is Swashbucklers?
So Swashbucklers, like I told you, I had like regular jobs, normal people jobs, and it wasn't working for me. I'm not normal. Yeah. So I started looking at what really made me feel fulfilled, what filled my heart up, and because I don't think that we're put on this earth to exist, right? No matter your belief, no matter your background, we're all put here to thrive and really love the life that we live. So I looked at, when do I feel that, I am thriving, okay? And that is when I'm traveling, when I'm snowboarding, when I'm helping people. So I was like, okay, well, let me just do all that together. So I just created a way to put everything that I love to do together, and I did that. We started as just a regular LLC and selling clothes. Like I said, donate 50% of the profits, and then now we are full-on nonprofit organization, so we can get grants and everything. And just the idea behind Swashbucklers is to encourage people to, like I said, live a life that you love and thrive and love other people along the way, right? Because there's a lot of evil in the world. Some of it is completely random, right? Like cancer that has no explanation, right? And some of it we cause ourselves, right? We create our own evils as well. And the only way I know how to deal with it or fight it is with love, right? Is by going and giving somebody who is going through difficult situation, a card and a rose, or just helping out where it needs. And so that's just kind of how it all came about, and now it's just growing, and hopefully we can keep doing more and more.
Starting a nonprofit organization comes with many obstacles and challenges.
With Swashbucklers, just kind of really not having enough sales, right? So sales was a big part in the beginning because that was the funding for it, which is why we transitioned to so I can focus less on sales, focus more on raising money to make an impact, which is why we went the nonprofit route. But then some of the difficulties we faced with like Roses to Go was not too long ago, we kind of ran into an issue with the hospital where we had to sign some paperwork and make sure everything was all legal and kosher, because we've been doing it for a year, and there's certain laws like HIPAA laws, which are privacy laws for people's rooms, because if you're a patient in a hospital, your room in there is is your property essentially, right? And so we had to make sure that everything was good and it was okay with us going in there. So we had a couple meetings. We were able to work through it and get our agreement all good. And so now we're able to do just like you guys did, and come and sign a confidentiality agreement and sign the paperwork you need, and then we're all good.
All
so
right.
yeah.
When you can solve the problem, do you feel frustrated?
Oh yeah, definitely. When you run into any kind of problem and you're not able to get an answer you want immediately, yeah, it gets very frustrating. Very frustrating. But I learned from playing sports in college, especially, if you run into an issue or you're not happy with where you're at or what you need to do, you just gotta find a way around it.
While we were helping deliver the roses, we were wondering on how he began working with the happiness bag in the first place.
Well, Happiness Bag is just a great organization. So for people that don't know, Happiness Bag is an organization that works with people with disabilities in their local area, and they work with adults and kids. And so I got involved with them just because I did some volunteer work for them back in the day. When I was in high school, I was in the peer education program where you get to work with the students there and just kind of help them out. And honestly, their guests are just a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun to be around. They're always smiling, they're laughing. And so when I started working with them and did one thing with them, they're so used to just having people donate to them and give stuff to them. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of things that they can do at the Happiness Bag. Like they go on outings, and a lot of times their outings just consist of going and walking around the mall, or just going to the grocery store. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and they're very grateful when they get donations and we get stuff and things like that.
They are helping the community as well as the communities in surrounding areas.
So we've got some things that we're working on right now. As you guys know, we did the fundraiser for Kayla Cinders, so that was awesome, and I haven't even got to meet her yet. I'm super excited to meet her next Saturday at the benefit dinner. I'd love to get a little bit more involved in the surrounding areas, but I am from Terre Haute, so I want to help out as best we can here, but that doesn't mean I can't help out elsewhere. So one of the programs I thought of is, you guys know those libraries that are like on the side of the road, like on the sidewalk or stuff, and you just can take a book and leave a book? Yeah. Well, I want to do something called a sharing shack, where you just build a small little structure with a little door, and in the box is just stuff that people could use, whether it's a poncho or an umbrella or gloves in the winter, or a hat or chapstick, and the idea behind it is if you are walking and your hands are cold and you see this box, you can open it up and get you a pair of gloves. Yeah. And so everyone can take something useful and leave something useful. So if you take a pair of gloves, you can leave $1 for somebody else that might need $1, or leave some or something else, just whatever you bring, or a book. If you've got a book, you want to leave a book there for somebody else to read, and then you'll be able to take something, things like that, and then, like I said, just more fundraising, anything we can do to help out, I'm for it.
His main goal is simple.
So the main goal is to be able to do stuff like this every day, right? Be able to go deliver roses every day. It's we should be able to go on Monday, go up to the hospital, on Tuesday, go to a nursing home, or and just every day do something that makes the world a little bit better.